I don't know why I just started recording, but hello. I'm gonna sit down and make a video real quick of my trucks because the channel is RT and his R.C.s, and I think I've covered one of them, maybe two. I know I've made a couple shorts with my micros, but this is where stuff happens. I have a little micro table behind me, which has appeared in a couple of my shorts, I think. But that's that. Make sure that doesn't fall off the table. And I'm just going to do a real quick pause and grab of my trucks and start from there, and we'll see how things go. All right. We're going to start where that was a loud clap. Where I started. With RC trucks, crawlers in general, and when I started I wasn't sure that I was going to enjoy it, so I didn't want to spend a bunch of money, and I got the WPL C24, which, as you can tell, does no longer look much like one other than the body. I've got MN links, little 21G servo, and it's kind of a rat rod, if you will, of parts and performance as well. Needs a little tuning, but it was cheap, and I wouldn't have felt bad if I didn't like the hobby and decided not to do anything with it, but clearly that's not the case, because for WPLs, their bodies are top. That's about it. To be honest with you, the only good thing is they're incredibly upgradable. Like, I mean, I do have a lot of stock parts on these still, and it's just because most of them are not crawlers, they're trail trucks, and I try to go scale with them, so there's a lot of bits and pieces that I do. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get this in there. This is like so 2040 up right now, but kind of right there. I 3D printed some beer cans, because why not? And made a 6-pack and threw it on the seat. So a lot of scale stuff. This one is a C14. This one is a C14 as well. This is my Rhino recovery truck, which I found out is actually a company, so please don't sue me, but it's got a freaking rhino horn. Come on. Anyways, and then lastly, I branched out a little bit from the trail trucks, and I got the D42, I think this one is. It's sold as a cabbie. I'm sure that's probably what it's used for in real life, but it's a fun little truck that spins in circles. It's 2-wheel drive. You hit grass and the front wheels stop turning. So that's my WPLs. I'll be back with more. All right, I just grabbed almost all the rest of my micros because they're small and you can do that. And this one I just dropped. Axial SCX 24 C10. This might be an unpopular opinion, but the SCX 24 is the best micro crawler to take apart and add your own parts to. I don't know if it's just the platform that people enjoy, but as a stock truck, it's kind of meh. I have a little bit done with this, shocks and axles and suspension links, high clearance links. It's a truck. Red Cat Ascent 18, because everybody has one, and I got them when they came out and it was only $100. Pretty awesome truck. Lots of things you can do with it now. People have finally picked up on parts and stuff. Oh, since it's in the camera. Hobby Plus Rock Band CR18P, not Evo. It's actually kind of a fun truck, and it's light, surprising. I mean, it is tall, it's mildly top heavy, but it's a fun truck. It crawls decently. Another one that's probably just a highly capable trail truck in all reality. This one, however, the Harvester, the Trail Hunter. This one's awesome. And this is a 2-speed, and this is, yeah, plastic drive shafts and everything still. This is still stock. Well, no, the wheels are Hobby Plus, but they're not this one. The only thing I did to it was add 20 grams of BBs and a sack to the front of it, and some netting on the frame. Classy FMS Blazer. It's a fucking Chevy Blazer. Oops. What's the rule? 30 seconds into a video you can swear or something like that? Sorry. I'm an adult. And Element Enduro 24. It is what it is. It's probably, I don't know. I understand. I guess it is close to the same size. It just seems really too small. Maybe the wheelbase of it or something. I don't know. And it's not worth upgrading. It's fun to have, tool around on a desk or in the back seat of a car or something. CR18 Evo Pro, pretty good truck. I think it got a little overhyped. There's some problems with it. My servo burnt out like the day I got it, shortly after I got it. But again, other than drive shafts and wheels and tires, this is pretty much stock, and it is a lot of fun. I have a little rock garden outside that I've built up over the years, and it's nice to play on. So micros are almost covered. I got one more thing. Alright, I gotta make sure I'm pausing it every time I walk away, because I feel like there's gonna be a big part of the video where it's just me like dropping trucks in and out of the room. FMS Camel Trophy Land Rover set, Impulse Buy of the Year. Woo! They're cool. They are really good trucks, and they're also trail trucks. A lot of scalability to them all. I put some, I think these are R.C. all-wheel drive wheels, which, as I'm looking at them now, I think are pointing in the wrong direction. But either way, oh yeah, this one has different wheels on it too. They're really light. You can run them foam, no foam. These stock wheels have foam in them, but they're really thin, squishy foams. Put some meh weathering on this one, which is basically dirt, and I mean it's paint, but yeah, nothing much to say about them. They are my shelf queens. I don't really take them out anywhere. I've thought about putting them all on one controller at least, so that like I could take them out as a gang, and Ultimate Warrior fell off the shelf. Drive them around together, but I haven't really gotten them out much, and they're fun to look at. They came with batteries. I got a lot of batteries for all my other capable trucks. So yeah, micros are covered. On to the not micros. Alright, still rolling. Under 10 minutes right now. It's just good. So the first one I am going to show you is the Team Associated Tioga trail truck. I got this about the same time I got my 3D printer, so I made myself a nameplate and a little bed for the back area, and the thing's fun. It's actually pretty quick. It came with lithium-ion batteries, but I run LiPo on it, and it doesn't seem to do anything. Doesn't matter. Again, I don't really own anything in my collection that I'm like, oh my god, I need to tell you every little detail about this truck because it's just so awesome. I love, like, all my trucks. Yeah, I do. There's some that, like the Camel Trophy ones, they're awesome. They're a cool series, but I don't feel the need to take them out and run through the mud with them, because it's not as fun with the tiny ones as it is with the bigger ones. And this one is actually not waterproof, but I put a Hobby Wing ESC in it. I think it's 1060, 1080. I don't remember. The motor's a 380, I think, in this one. All right, I'm getting sidetracked, but doesn't. Yeah, 380 motor, Hollywing 1060 ESC. It's a cool truck. I got the Yuki Thompson Baja plastic rims, which I had to go back and look at it, but in the image online, they were not shown with plastic wheels. So I don't know if I got screwed or if I was just not paying attention. But either way, that actually works out pretty good because it keeps it lighter, and it's not like I don't use it for rock crawling so much as just bashing over the terrain. But it does crawl nicely. It has a manageable slow speed to it. So that's that. And then the Element Ecto Enduro 12, which is, in my opinion, the best RTR that I've bought. I know that the Element Ecto, the actual like 10th scale, is equally good, but this thing is pretty rad. I don't get it out as often as I'd like to. It has spent a good solid 30 seconds underwater and still works. I had to change the connections to the servo to just put the new little black 3 thing on it, and other than that, she's worked well. The only thing is, it has a very weird steering servo size, and finding said servos, I think I found 2 in my searches, and I don't remember whose video I watched. I think it might have been YA West RC, and it may have been somebody else. So if it was somebody else, I apologize. But either way, it's kind of weird finding a servo. I have the Spectrum 8050A or 5080. I said that whole thing backwards. And I don't know if it works well or not because, well, now it's not doing it. But it's like, I feel like there should be a little more resistance to that. It doesn't do anything when I'm driving, but maybe if you can let me know if it's supposed to be like that or not, that'd be nice. Because, like I said, it doesn't affect it driving. It steers fine. It turns under tension or pressure. So I'm not terribly worried about it, but it is kind of weird because I don't think any of my other servos do that. So yeah, out of the box RTR, top notch. Element did really well with this, both versions of it, from what I know. And now I just realized I'm gradually going up the scale, but I've got one that I haven't shown. I'll just grab it right now. This is right here. Yeah. This isn't a truck. This is another one that I bought for fun and has turned out to be a lot of fun. But this is the Trax powered by R.C.s Rally. Trax powered by R.C.s. Yes, Rally. And I've put Fast Eddie's bearings in it, and upgraded shocks and shock towers and steering arm are all aluminum now. And this thing, other than the weird delayed electrical sound to it, like it sounds different. It just sounds very electrical, if that makes any sense. But it's fun to whip around. Once you get steering angle and like the throttle control of it down and everything, you can whip it around the parking lot pretty quick. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, bigger trucks. I'll be back. All right, the last 2, I'm pretty sure. It's bad when you're not sure if you've shown them all or not yet, but either way, the last 2 10th scales, my Red Cat Gen 7 Pro, which I stripped all the way down to basically a sport. Put a little brush guard in front of the servo because, again, why not? Little material container, which is actually the battery case from the Trail Hunter, the Hobby Plus Trail Hunter. I just screwed it into the bumper. It's got another little bag of BBs, another 20 grams of BBs in that, which probably really doesn't do much to this scale. As you can see, I made this. I originally bought it because it kind of looks like my '08 Tahoe, other than it's green and mine's blue, but either way. And then for some reason I had this envision of it being down south in the mud pits of Georgia or Alabama or something, and just been sitting in somebody's backyard and they decided to turn it into a mud bogger, and that's what it is. She's a lot of fun. I take it out, I would say 80% of the time I'm running this thing just because it's reliable, or has been reliable. I changed the drive shafts on it to a matching green aluminum, and I've been dropping drive shafts when I take it out, which is probably my own fault because every time I put a new one in, I don't have Loctite on me. So you'll be glad to know when I got home this morning from taking it out, I Loctited all the grub screws on the drive shafts. Should be good. But yeah, like I said, super reliable. I feel very 24 Yup right now, like aiming the camera and shit. But anyways, metal gear on the motor. Side note, editor's note, I am not versed in any of this stuff. Like, I tinker. That's the level of my knowledge. So if I ever say something wrong or don't know the name of something, feel free to kindly correct me. Or do it like an asshole. And I'll just, it's context. I mean, words are words. We give them power. Anyways, R.C.s, not philosophy. Yeah, aluminum drive shafts, been dropping grub screws. I think that's about it. Oh, the only other thing that I did was, actually, that's not the only other thing I did. I had rock lights underneath, and then what was I gonna show you? I don't remember, but it was probably pretty cool. Oh, bunch of toe points, bunch of hitch points for getting stuck in the mud. Yeah. Injora. They say crawler tires, but it also says mud terrain. So this is my mud truck, is basically what I'm getting at, and it's freaking awesome. I would suggest getting the Sport over the Pro to save yourself $50, unless you just really want a kind of crappy looking luggage rack and a full size scale tire and some other trinkets. But I digress. It is a good truck either way. And as far as I know, I don't know that anything is different between the Sport and the Pro electrically or like internally, you know. But all right. So the last one is one that I kind of started making YouTube videos on, and that was the Danchi Redcat Ridge Runner, or the Danchi Ridge Runner by Redcat, whatever, one of those things. But so this was the body that was stock. with its sweet Porsche flares on the wheel wells, which I don't get. I did not like it, so I took it upon myself to make it into this, which currently kind of rocks. I was really frustrated with this truck when I first bought it, and yes, you'll notice the windows are not all similar. When I bought the body, I got super excited about it and went to paint it and taped the outside of the windows and promptly proceeded to paint the inside of the body. So all the windows were covered up anyways, but managed to do the bed correctly at least, and have slowly been replacing with clear, I don't know, not photocopy, but clear plastic sheets. Anyways, yes, so this thing, when I got it, all of this underneath was plastic. This is a 4-wheel steer dig vehicle, and I was super excited about the concept of it and was really annoyed with it for a while, and then slowly, again, this one I know for sure was YA West RC had a video on it as well and talked about these steering links, which were plastic and were ripping out of mine anyways, and actually I had one of my suspension links that would pop out all the time as well. The servos were super underpowered from stock, and currently I have some, I think they're Hobby Soul rubber inserts in this, and this is another one that is fun to whip through the mud a little bit here and there. The only reason I don't really get it super wet is because I'm not really sure, I don't recall if this is a water resistant or waterproof truck. I'm sure it's just water resistant, but with the motors on the axles, it's a little sketchy running it underwater. I don't want to do that. So yeah, this thing was by far, you know, I've upgraded all of my trucks probably to some extent, whether it's just wheels and tires or full on motor, ESC, everything, whole 9 yards if you will. But this thing was just, I'd get one thing figured out and then something else would break, and then I'd get that fixed, and then I was thinking that this thing was just a lemon and it wouldn't be any fun. And it's, I think what makes it enjoyable now is that I have gotten it to a point where it is a badass little truck. So yeah, that's like me rambling for 25 minutes showing you all my toys. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments. If you see something you like and you want to see a video on it, let me know, and we'll take it from there. I apologize, I am not uploading as often as I originally planned. Life. I'm at work. I'm not an influencer. Look at this face. Who am I going to influence? But either way, I enjoy R.C.s, and I hope you do too, and I hope you enjoyed the half hour of looking at mine. Alright, thanks. Bye.